can we get all the bugs out of the system of this Pontiac and finally take it for a drive. Stick around and find out. Okay, so for the new people, first time joining us, this is a 1965 Pontiac Parisienne that we bought at auction with no motor or trans, and we have, within the last week, put this fully rebuilt 283 Chevrolet motor that I had sitting around, and we've put a brand new turbo 350 3-speed transmission onto it. It has kicked and fought me a little bit with bracketry and pulleys and all sorts of weird things, MSDs, and we are running a Holley Sniper. Oh yeah. So anyway, we've had it fired up, and we had a Welsh plug had a leak in it, so we dumped all our water straight away, and we had a leaking thermostat housing, and we had a little pinhole over here on our inlet manifold as well, so we couldn't run it for very long. We had to shut it down, but it runs, and it was running pretty good. We needed to turn the idle down. The timing was pretty much on the money, I think. We needed to turn the idle down because it was idling very high, but it was actually good because it's a brand new motor. The beds have to ring in. Bed in, sorry. So they probably still haven't finished bedding in because we could only run it. We probably ran it for 5 to 10 minutes. Probably needs another 10 minutes or so. Anyway, let's see. Now you've caught up. Let's see if we can get this, the bug sorted, put some trans fluid in it, and take it for its first drive. Oh yeah. Alrighty, so we had our Welsh plug here behind the water pump sprung a leak, so we're going to have to unbolt our water pump. So we'll have to undo these two screws here. You think? Yeah, I think we undo those. We'll undo those two, and how are we going to do it? How are we going to do it? Because it won't spin from there, will it? Anyway, we may have to undo all of these three and then see if we can just roll it out to the side, is what I think. And then we'll see if we can knock that Welsh plug out. And I bought three. I didn't know what size it was, so I just bought three random ones. So we'll see. Fingers crossed we can find the right one. And we didn't check this one over here if this was leaking, which maybe it is too. I've got a feeling that one could be leaking too. Great. Anyway, they look smaller. They look smaller than maybe what I bought. Anyway, we've got to knock them out. We may have to not be able to finish this until a Monday when the shop's open again. We've also got our everything's a mess here at the moment. We've got to tidy up. We've got to get this car finished and tidy up. We bought this to put in our hose there for our thermofan control, and that should be the little trigger, I'm hoping. These are the three Welsh plugs we bought, and honestly I think we need a smaller ones. Honestly, I really think I bought them too big. So anyway, it may be that one, but I think I think we're too big. And then we bought this JB Weld in a tube and in like a liquid form. So we're going to scuff this up. Are you seeing that? We're going to scuff with it. There's a tiny little pinhole here. Don't know why. It was just a little seepage happening. So we'll scuff that up, and then I'll see. I may have another thermostat housing in the cupboard. So let's see. Stop talking and let's see what we can pull off. All right, Rooney. So we have replaced the Welsh plug. We got a leak again. Are you freaking kidding me? Is it leaking this time? Oh. All right, we are back. We've put the timing light on. We've done our Welsh plug, freeze plug, whatever you want to call it. We've done our. We've got a rubber. I'm gonna. It's still seeping, still leaking. So it's just been sitting for an hour or so, and it's actually seeped out the water. So I've mopped it all up. So we've still got a little leak here, but we're just gonna quickly fire it, set the timing, check the trans fluid, and just see if it goes into drive. I'm thinking I might just go get another housing, and we'll get some of the, probably the blue silicon maker, I should say. I don't know, we'll see what I come up with. But in the meantime, and I think the other, I think we have I think we might need to go replace our harmonic balancer eventually. There's a little bit of a wobble down in there that I'm not overly impressed with, so I think we'll fix that later. But what we've also done is we've messed with our idle screw and our settings in our sniper. We've adjusted our timing in our sniper. So fingers crossed, it should be purring. And yeah, we're just going to put it into drive and reverse, and we'll just move you out the way a little bit and make sure it goes into gear. So we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed. A little wobble up in gear, so I don't heat nicer. low on fluid. Okay, as you can hear, the chatter's still there a little bit. We've got it not too bad. It's doing a little bit of a surgy idle thing. I think that's all just in our settings. The car did move, so that's a start. We are very low on fluid still. I thought we would have been around the mark, but we managed to buy more. I've still got another 2 litres. We'll throw that in, and I think we're way low. I think we're way low. Anyway, I'll put the fluid in, and we'll be back in a minute. We are back. All right, well, success. Kinda. It's running not too bad. It's surge idling a bit. We have to look at that. We've got to go through the Holley Sniper parameters a bit more. I think it's saying that the air fuel thing's not connected, which from what I know is the O2 sensor, so we don't have to suss that out, what's going on there. If that's why it's surging a bit on the idle. So yeah, that's just a little bit of tuning. We went and bought a new airflow thermostat housing and a new thermostat. All of that. So we put a new thermostat anyway. It was leaking, so we went and bought the airflow one. We've put, even though they just run an O-ring, we've actually put RTV sealant under it as well, and made sure the thermostat is perfectly in the right spot. Dropped it on, boom, done it up. It's all connected, and it's just going to sit there till tomorrow so it can seal up properly. Now if you just see onto the side there, that little blue fitting, I've actually taken out the bung and I've thrown another temp gauge in. We just got to go get another adapter that blue one will screw into this, and I'll show you inside in a second what I've done. I've just thrown another gauge on because that gauge is just for the sniper, so it will put it on the digital sniper screen, but I just wanted a mechanical one on as well. We've got the bung there, so why not? We had the gauge sitting there, so I've had an auto meter gauge that we've mounted underneath the dash next to the tachometer. What else have we got? So I've actually moved it. You would have seen. So far we've put 8 litres of trans fluid in it, and it moved. I want to check it again. We may need another litre or so because it's got that aeroflow drop pan which holds an extra 2 quarts, 2 litres. So if the gearbox holds say around 4, that means the gearbox now holds 6, and I think it was a 12 or 13 inch torque converter, and that would mean that it holds another 5 or 6. So, and I don't know what was in it, so yeah, potentially we're looking at 12 litres all up, so, or 12 quarts. So yeah, we've put 8 in. It moved. I haven't checked it since because of all of this, so we'll buy a little bit more of that tomorrow. I'm out of that now. I haven't got any left. We're going to go through later once we've finished all this, and we'll pull the covers off and we will adjust all the rocker gear. It's a little bit clackety. It's not bad, but it's got a little bit of noise in there, so we just needed to give them a little, probably a little, we just got to give them a little feel, and they probably just need like a little half turn on them all, and we'll get rid of those hopefully. Other than that, the motor sounds beautiful. We do have a little bit of a squeak and a shake and stuff up the front here. I think I want to buy a new harmonic balance. I don't know if I said that, but I'm going to buy a new harmonic balance, and that will get rid of that. And then also we're going to have a look at this. I'm going to ask someone about running that fan, if anyone knows like that, and not running it around here. I may go buy a longer belt and run that one around the top as well. I'll ask someone about that. And the other thing is on the back of the alternator down in here, if we hit the, give you some light, this bolt here, what we're going to do is we're going to put a bracket onto there, and we're going to go down, if I can get you down there, we're going to go down, if we lift that up, down in there, and we're probably going to pick up, I think there's a bolt here. Where is it? That one there. That didn't work, did it? That bolt there. Where are we? Come on, work it out. That bolt that's there. See that little head there? So yeah, we're going to come onto there. So we'll have to work out a spacer and a length, and that will stiffen this up. See how we've got this little bit of, we'll bring it back out. Oh, dodgy. See how we've got this bit of flex in it? So yeah, we're going to put a bracket from there to there that will stiffen that right up. Okay? Take any shake out of there. So we're going to do that. And our other job is this. We just have to pull the battery out and have a suss of this fan wiring. So we've wired this, well, we've got this in. It's not fully wired in yet. That's just sitting on there. So this is our little temp switch But at the moment, as soon as you turn power on, the fans are on, and that's how they were. So we just have to look at how they're wired. They come back and they come into this relay here, and then they come over to here into a fuse. So just got to suss all that out. I think it's just something to do with the way the relay's connected. So that we have this working, and then theoretically this is an earth, so that should probably just get wired into there, onto the black wire, which will be our earth. And yeah, that then we'll have our fans that switch on at certain temperatures. We've still got to do the bonnet, weld the bolt on the bonnet. And other than that, damn close, I tell you, it's damn close. It's nearly tomorrow. We're taking it for a drive tomorrow, that's for sure. Just up and down the street. And then in here, oh, that's what we did. We mounted that little water one there. So we're sitting back here. Oh, let's get in. Driving along. This is where where I am. Can probably. Oh, we can't zoom you out. Can probably get rid of the flash now. Out. Right, so this is what I'm seeing. Yeah, so it's going to be our water temp there. And there's our big monster taco, and then here we've got our oil pressure, and then our volts, which isn't hooked up as yet, and then our shifter. Boom, boom. So that's pretty cool, I think. All the lights are working. There's no dash lights at this stage, so we'll have to work something out there. Now we don't have any glove box. So we'll have a look at that. I have a big, huge 12-inch touchscreen that I was going to see if I could put it in there, but it won't work. I've got a 12-inch touchscreen, and I've got like a double din. So a double din's like I don't know, 6x4 or something, 8x4, 8 inches by 4 inches probably, or something. And the other one's like a 12-inch. But yeah, I think we might put the double din. We might mount it inside that glove box eventually. And I've got a heap of speakers kicking around, so we just put some speakers in the kick panels. There's one down in here. In that one, there's already one there. So we might just do that. We're not going to get carried away for big stupid tunes. We just want to have a radio or something. Now, see this door trim here. This is the new door trim. You know how we've got the other 3 inside, so we've got to take these 1 and 2 and this one over here, those 3 door cards off and swap them out. And then I've got some vinyl fabric paint, a red and black, so I'm going to do a little test on the back seat and just give that a little dust and just see if we can bring this vinyl up a bit, especially on the back, and even bring the black up a bit, especially the back of the back seat. All right. So anyway, that's going to do me today. So today is Sunday, and that is, well, I drove it. You just seen me drive it. I drove it up and down the driveway. That's not a bad effort, I think. So that's been, we picked it up on Friday, so that's, just over a week and 3 days from pickup to we drove it. So now this car has brand new motor, brand new transmission, brand new water pump, brand new starter, like the radiator's near new, the power steering pump looks new, the shifter's new, the gauges, those gauges in there were brand new because they weren't even hooked up, new wheels, new brakes, like the car is pretty much new front to back now. So anyway, enough rambling today. Whew. Guess what? I've got KFC fried chicken. Fried chicken. So I'm going to eat some fried chicken. There's some redneckology. All right, we are running. We're up the top. We're about to go out onto the driveway for the first time. timing a bit. Give it a bit more timing, I'd say. Check that trans fluid now. She's a little bit warmed. So there's success. We've got up and down the street. Alright, stay tuned. Alrighty. Well, as you would have seen, hopefully you've seen some decent footage of us zooshing down the road. You would have heard a big gnarly squeal because the alternator bracket needs to be tightened. So obviously, how I said, it's got that little wobble in it, so we're going to stiffen it up, hey, because that's actually alluding to it. Now this week we're getting a new harmonic balancer. We've got a little, the kickdown plug, we're getting a block off for the kickdown port on the trans, and we had a little bit of oil on this side exhaust, so I don't know if that's just burning off or if there's some sort of a little bit of seepage somewhere. That is where our filter is. We may have some seepage somewhere from that. Now other than that, I think we're okay. We seem to be changing gears. I think we definitely had 2. I'm not sure if we had all 3. I think we did though. We put a bit more timing in it and it seems it's not bad at the moment. But so this is what we did. So we made this little bracket up, which worked a treat, but it's like 4 or 5 mil too short. Needs to be a touch longer. This was off of one of the other. This was off one of the other brackets, and we ground it in to fit. So when we put it on the bottom bolt of the water pump, it goes up like that. But yeah, we're just a tiny bit too small. So I've got this other bracket here, which is off of God knows. And so what we're going to do is we're going to stick that like that, and that gives us a bit extra, doesn't it? Yeah. So we're going to grind this up. We'll trace this in here, and we'll grind that up. And that way we should be able to get this one to do the same, to bend up where we want it. And this will have the length, and that will put some stiffener in the back. And we'll just have to get a longer bolt that goes through the alternator. And I think we end up with a little, we'll have to cut a little spacer for here, if we don't have one. Put a little spacer in there, alternator, and then that will stop the back of the alternator being able to flex. Yeah, so that's what we're doing at the moment. We welded the bonnet. Hopefully you were looking at me then. We welded the bonnet, a nut on the bonnet, so we got the bonnet spring back on. We still can't get it adjusted. We still can't adjust. It's still sitting up at the back, but so be it. That's good enough for now. So yeah, we'll keep plodding along on this bracket. Our next thing after that will be, I think, the door cards on the interior and the seat. We'll give it a vacuum, we'll give it a clean, and we'll see how we go. We can't do the other, we need a different fitting for our other temp gauge. So we're just running off of the one that's on the Sniper at the moment. Yeah, the Sniper probably needs a tiny bit more of a tweak, but we'll just do that as time goes on. Other than that, the motor seems nice, strong, crisp. We'll go back in and we'll, maybe in this video, we'll see how we go. We might just go through and adjust all our rocker arms in the top there. In here, quickly, take a little bit of a clackety out of it, but it's not too bad. Other than that, the motor seems sweet. Yeah, I think we're having some success. So yeah, like I said, later this week we're going to get a harmonic balancer. Tomorrow I'm going to have a day off on it. I've been going hard on this thing for over a week now, so tomorrow I'm going to have a day off, and maybe even the next day we're going to do some stuff with the boss, and then we'll come back in and do a few more little bugs, and little time to go cruising. Alright, let's get back onto this bracket. All right, Taruni. So, this is what we have been doing. Under here, we've got these little fuses, like little main fuses. And when I did the alternator, I don't know if you've seen the sparks, but I hit the alternator onto the block, which blew the fuse, and well, it took me 2 days to find them. Anyway, so be it. Now, we've also got this. We still have to wire this in. It's on there, but it's not working correctly at the moment, so I have to suss that out. We finally got our correct fitting here for our autometer temp gauge. So we've got a temp gauge inside working now. What else? Under here, what we have to do is we just got to take the rocker covers off and adjust our rocker gear a little bit of noise in there. So I'll just have a little feel, see if there's any loose. If I can't actually pick any loose, I'm not a real fan of the doing it when it's running technique. I'll probably just back them all off and go through them again. Our harmonic balance and new harmonic balance bolt is ordered, and I also ordered something else. I also ordered a new kickdown cable for the transmission, and that mechanically should be the car done $1 million, I think. But as you've seen, it runs, drives. I think maybe we need a bit more timing and whatever. We're not driving it around much until I get that new harmonic balance on. So we've stepped onto the interior, and I've replaced the door cards. Now, we should, like, they can do a little bit more of a tizzy up. These, from what I can work out, are not actually the door cards for this car. The existing ones had a little piece that went here, covered that, and these were a bit bigger here. I actually had to trim these up, so I'm going to have to make a little piece for here. Easy peasy. So I'll say these were 4-door, and now none of our holes sort of really matched up. I'd say these were 4-door pillared, is what I'm thinking, maybe. Don't really know, or they're just off a completely different model, but they were close enough. So anyway, we got them all on. As you can see, we got them on. They look pretty good. And if you have a look at our seats, have a look at them. I don't know if you remember seeing them, but they were all a little bit faded. So we dusted some red on over everything. We just put some black on up the back here. We put a little bit of black on these corners. So just sort of about there. Right, so that's how good it is. Like, you can hardly even tell. And up the top here, we just did across there to probably there with the black. And then, yeah, we redid the red. And, well, here's my hand. Nothing. See, it doesn't come off. It doesn't feel horrid. I haven't put it on thick or heavy. I've just dusted them on. And how nice. So we'll give it a quick vacuum. So there's the interior. Bang, that would have been loud, wouldn't it? So there's the interior pretty much done. Maybe throwing a stereo in it. So what's left? What we're going to do, I think tomorrow we'll give it a wash. Alright. There it is. It's like this. Oh yeah. We got some dancing moves going on there. That thing is... Have a look at it. Hey? Have a look at that thing. It is absolutely beautiful. We gave it its first wash. Hey, that's just got stance. It's got everything running pretty good. At the moment we just took it around the block. We've got all gears. It's purring, starting. Like I said, we're going to change that harmonic balance. And we are just going to go do a final check on leaks. And we want to do the carbon kickdown cable. And other than that, I don't know. I think we're done. Hey, that's badass looking car, boys and girls. That is a badass looking car. So we got the big 20-inch rims, big profile tyres on the back, give it a bit of a stance. Hey, the interior looks amazing now. We gave it a little bit of a vinyl dye. That's all red, it's just the sun. It's just like this front one. That looking really nice. We'll get some new carpet happening in it eventually. Like I said, we'll do a bit more tuning on the Holley. And those last couple of little things. But that there is one beautiful car. Now, we tried to do some drone footage. I paid $200-300 for this drone, and it is the biggest load of rubbish known to mankind. So it wasn't the operator, it was actually the drone's got issues. So yeah, we couldn't pull that off. We're going to try to do some driving, do some drone footage of me driving it, but anyway, we are not at that standard. Yeah, I'm a bit lost for words. This car is beautiful. Now the body's not pristine, it's not perfect, it's a older paint job, there's a few blemishes. We are in Queensland, a world of humidity, so if our paint's going to fail, it generally will fail in Queensland because of all the high humidity. But it is very presentable. The whole car is very presentable, it's very nice. It's just going to be a nice little cruiser. So that's a success in my eyes, guys. Drop your comments what you reckon of this beautiful car. I know a lot of you people don't like the 4 doors. They've all been a bit long, but that's what happens on big jobs. Thanks for watching, and I suppose next week we will be back on one of the rods. I don't know if we'll jump on the 38 Chevy or if we'll jump on the Oakland. We'll do one of them anyway. Probably the Chev this week and the Oakland next week. Anyway, thanks for watching. See ya next time I'm looking at you.